in terms of kind of where you want to be and when you get to retirement. A couple things that I'll point out here: developing a plan for producing income in retirement. Advisors tell us 5 years out is the ideal time to start serious work. Same thing with making an assessment about what lifestyle goals are for retirement and what it would cost. 6 years out is their suggested time to consider that. They do say 12 years out for calculating how much money you need to save by retirement, but the difference between that and assessing your lifestyle goals and what it will cost is probably just, the quality of your assessment there. So there's a lot of these kind of tasks that they're actually suggesting to do quite close to retirement, in my opinion. And as you can see, the two lines here, in just this few amount of years, it's moving closer to retirement, whether that's because the unpredictableness that we've seen over the last couple of years on all sorts of fronts, economic, COVID, all of these things. Maybe that's pushing financial professionals to think that you gotta wait to see how things play out to really do effective retirement planning. But this seems like a potential issue, right? If you're waiting this late to start serious work on it. We also know, and this is from 2017 data, where we asked the similar question that Sam had started off with in terms of, did you do these tasks? But we followed it up with when, how many years before retirement did you do these things? And then we tracked it in this kind of cumulative chart so that we're looking at what percent of consumers are getting all of these tasks done as we get closer and closer to retirement. You can see the years counting down on the x-axis at the bottom. And I've put a kind of dotted purple line here for 50%. And I do that because if you look at 5 years out before retirement, nothing has been done by 50% of what will be retirees. So the amount of planning that's done in advance of 5 years out is already low, let alone kind of advisors' recommendations and suggestions of like, what is the ideal time to start serious work on it. There's already a tendency to wait until the last minute for these planning tasks. And as you can see, in those last couple of years, there's a spike in a lot of activity happening that gets us up to some of these bigger percentages of kind of tackling certain tasks. The ones at the bottom are kind of the long-term care and formal plan, which doesn't get done by very many people at any point, but even those are kind of moving upwards a little bit at the end. The main point is that consumers are already kind of waiting to do these tasks, and the tendency to wait often becomes an issue of not getting it done before you retire.